morning, everyone. So glad to be here on this Monday morning. My name is Sandra Waldrop from Kingdom Acres. Today we are going to be working on a springtime craft. If you hear snorting and fussing and craziness in the background, that's because I'm not the only one who lives in my house. I have children and animals, and I homeschool, so my kids are here all the time, which I absolutely love and adore for my life, but it means that we have noise and chaos 24/7. So welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Good morning, everyone who's hopping on. I don't know if the comments are going to work for me today or not. You just never know. You never know with Facebook how things are gonna go. It's always a surprise. It's always a surprise. Anyway, so today we're going to be making bunny bowl fillers. Okay, bunnies are so stinking cute. I love them. And you're gonna see how adorable these turn out. Hopefully we'll have time to make at least a couple. I ran to Walmart last night. In my teeny tiny little town, we don't have a regular size Walmart. We have like one of the mini ones, and it's not like a neighborhood one that just has groceries. Ours has a little bit of everything. Like, it has some groceries and some, just a smackling of everything, you know, just a little bit here, a little bit there. And so we do have a crafts department and a fabric department, but the fabric department is this big, this little bitty. And so I got just a fat quarter. It's like $1.50. And I got it in this burgundy. Now, I know that winter is over, and I recognize that. Christmas is gone. Valentine's Day has passed. We are coming into the pastels and things, but for my primitive decor, I like to keep some red elements in there. I do some mauve. You can see one of my flowers over here in my arrangement is mauve. And I feel like having the mauve in there is kind of like a muted red, and it helps me tie in and keep some of my red elements in there. I do have this like candy stripe cake plate that you can barely see the bottom of right there on my top shelf. That will be going away. That will be getting put to bed for the rest of the year, or until I get to bring it back out again. Anyway, so I got this little template on Etsy. Do you need a template? Probably not. When I was looking at the product itself, I wasn't sure if there was like a back part of it that I wasn't seeing. And so I went ahead and spent the $5 for this little hand-drawn thing. I could have hand drawn this myself. But I will leave a link to that Etsy, to this Etsy product if you would rather just go ahead and purchase it and not have to freehand anything. So I'm just going to cut it out so I can use my thing. Again, you could hand draw this on like a piece of cardboard if you want to just have like a forever pattern. An old, you know, chip box or something that's kind of like the thinner cardboard. And then you'll have this forever. And I may trace this onto a piece of cardboard because stuff likes to kind of disappear around here, especially when it's bits of paper. They get used to, I don't know, wipe somebody's nose or animals eat it. I'm not really sure what happens to the things in my home, but I do know that things are happening. Okay. So I probably could have opened this up and ironed it prior to our little live here, but I did not. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this in half and cut it straight up the center so that I can just cut on the edge here and have identical, well, actually, what should I do? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it open. I'm not going to cut it. Thought about it, then I decided no. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lay it down. Okay, again, I have two fabric, you know, 2 layers of fabric, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut around this. I probably would have done well to get out my, my little straight pins. That's what they're called. They're called straight pins. Yes. This morning so that I could, and I can actually take this. Trying to figure out what do I want to do with my life? Okay, here we go. Let's just cut. Let's just cut and see where life takes us, okay? And this is moving all over the place. All right. Lily, can you please bring me a Sharpie from our junk drawer? Please, por favor. Thank you. Gracias. All the things, tacos and enchiladas. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to trace it out onto my fabric. I didn't think through this. And truthfully, this was one of 3 projects that I was close to deciding on this morning. I went to bed last night not knowing what I was going to do for a craft this morning, and then I was like, well, I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this, and my little ADHD brain was like, that's not going to give me a dopamine release. I really don't want to do that. So I had to find something that was going to be different than what I've seen and different than what I've done. So on Friday, I made this pretty little vintage looking scale, and it literally cost me like $5 to make from Dollar Tree items. Granted, some things I already had here, like the paint. I had the chalk paint here, so I didn't calculate that in. And then, like, I have a printer's, and I'm not going to calculate in, like, the cost of 1 sheet of paper, right? And the image was free off of just, like, Google Images and, like, saving the image for that scale face. So it was $5. The glue and stuff, you know, I don't calculate in the stuff that I already had on hand. Cost me $5 to put together. Now, if you don't have those things, you have your startup craft costs. Like this, the fabric was only $1.50, and if you don't buy the pattern, then it's, you know, then you're not going to spend that $5. So it was $5 for the pattern. Takes a lot of concentration to cut, apparently. I can't talk and cut. Okay. Almost. Okay. Woo! I made it. And there's 2 pieces, okay? 2 pieces right there. Now, I did see, if you are on Craft Around the Clock, morning, Miss Mandy. I hope you're doing well today. If you are in the group Craft Around the Clock, it is an amazing group. And they have live creators every like 45 minutes. So you're learning something new every 45 minutes. Miss Tracy Campbell is the owner of that group, and she last week she did these cute little primitive pot holders. She had the pot holder, and she did like a patch quilt technique on it to make it look primitive. Super cute. She did it with stars, but how darling would it be to do a patch quilt bunny? Do bunnies. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Tracy, if you watch this, you should do bunnies. It'd be so cute. All right. Anyways, maybe I'll do bunnies. I don't know. Just for my house. Just for me and my peeps. Okay. So I've got my fabric cut out. What I'm going to do right now, I don't know if this is where I'm supposed to. I went into my son's room. He's at work. And I borrowed some fishing line. He's very used to me borrowing fishing line because when I do balloon garlands, I like to string the balloons on fishing line. Okay. Okay. And I'm just cutting this fishing line about, I don't know, 2.5 inches of fishing line. I don't know if you can really see that. Can you see it? I don't know. Hopefully the light is reflecting enough that you can see it. They're clear. We are making the bunny whiskers. Oh, so cute. If you were doing this on pot holders, probably not a good idea to make the whiskers out of this, but you could use something else, some fabric of some sort, maybe some cotton yarn or thread or something, just to give it a little, Okay. Now, I've already, listen, I had coffee this morning and it did not like give me any issues. I've been having issues where like I get like tightness or whatever. I don't like it. But this morning, it just gave me energy, lots of energy. So if I'm seeming a little pumped up, it's because I am. I'm all pumped up on my coffee, on my caffeinated caffeine. So anyways, I'm gonna go around this. I'm gonna just go around the edge. Okay, and my little nose here is bent down because I didn't iron. So I wanna make sure and get that nose because that's where I'm going to lay the, that's where I'm going to lay my whiskers before I sandwich the other. And once you get these on there and it's all made, if you decide that the whiskers are too long, you can just trim them up. Not a big deal. Okay. And you could totally sew these if you wanted a sewn product. You could definitely sew these, which is something I love. I love a versatile product because, or a versatile craft, because, you know, if somebody wanted to do this and they can't sew, okay, this, my hot glue dried way too fast. So I'm just gonna pull it off. And since these are just bowl fillers, it's not a big deal. Okay. Anyways, versatility. I like when people who don't have equipment or complicated skills can still do stuff. I did not just burn myself. I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. Nobody panic. Okay. Looking cute already. Looking cute already. Okay. Now, I have just some cotton batting. My cotton batting, you might see little bits of stuff in there because this is repurposed cotton batting. Back in October, oh goodness, this hot glue is being finicky. I had just some fabric hot glue and I just grabbed my whatever hot glue, and heaven knows if this is actually going to work. If you go to my page, you will see my little meme where it's got like the egg and the pan and the fire all in different spots, and I'm cooking just shells because that's what happens when I go live. Somebody's watching me do something, like literally anything, I forget how to human. It's so funny. And then, but I love coming on live with y'all. It's so much fun. So much fun. Okay. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. All right. And if I make a total mess of this, y'all might see some sewn bunnies in my pictures later. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. And I'm gonna use my little paintbrush here to just kind of poke it down into the nose because I really want the nose. Okay. I want the nose nice and full, and I need more of my hot glue down in here. I just flat out missed that spot right there. I flat out missed it. Flat out. I don't know if y'all watch Leanne Morgan. I love her. She's hilarious. I feel like she's my spirit animal. If that's a thing. Am I allowed to say that as a Christian? I don't know. It's a joke though, obviously. Obviously, the Lord made us all unique, but I just love her and I can relate to so many of her jokes. And, but I love her accent. And normally when we go out of town, I do her accent, but we left town on more of like a serious, more of a serious note this time. So it kind of slipped my mind that normally when we go places, I just talk like I'm from Georgia, and people just stare and stare, and they think that I am just cute as a button, okay? And I enjoy that. I enjoy when people think that I'm cute as a button. Isn't that funny? So, I don't know what got me on that. I don't remember why I brought up Leanne Morgan, but I like her a lot. I do like her a lot. She's not, she's not crude. She doesn't use foul language that I've heard. Of course, I just watched the reels. I haven't watched any of like her full things. I might be telling you something bad. I don't know. So if you have children, please preview before you just, oh my goodness, look at how cute that's turning out. Oh, you just wait till we get the little tail and nose on there. I love bunny noses. My daughter, my little one, the teeny one, the apple of my eye, she saved up for like a whole year, and she and her older sister helped her quite a bit out. to raise money for a Flemish Giant, or for a rabbit. I don't think she knew at the time what kind she wanted, but she knew that she needed quite a bit of money to be able to afford a show bunny. And she ended up with a Flemish Giant. And he is so stinking fat. He's bigger than our tiny dogs, which I love. And he has so much attitude. I love him to pieces. Let's see. And so she will be showing him in Houston. She actually has 2 bunnies now. She had a friend who wanted to show bunnies and then got a bunny and decided that it wasn't for her, and that's okay. We all do stuff like that, right? I got water kefir grains, and then I decided water kefir is kind of gross. Look at that. Look at that little bunny nose. I'm using, what am I using? I'm using Apple Barrel Matte Country Gray for the nose on this one. Okay, so I'm just painting the nose here. I'm going to paint the tail, and then we will cut out our little ears. And I have the pattern, so I may as well use it. So I'll get that going here in a minute, but I want to get this applied so that it can be drying while I'm cutting ears. Okay. And I just kind of did like a half sun kind of situation, and then I'm just dabbing around it to make it look fluffy. Look at how cute. Once the ears are on, it's really going to make, it just makes this project so adorable. And you can use whatever fabric you like, whatever fabric you enjoy. I'm using that Waverly Fat Quarter, I don't know, whatever they have. What does this say in this label? Ooh. This is just a quality quilting craft fabric, 100% cotton. Okay. 100% cotton. I don't like to assume, because anymore most things are like blended with polyester. So I'm like, I don't want to say that it's cotton unless I know for sure, because some people like to use 100% cotton things for heat resistant material. Like, you know, the little hot pads and stuff for the kitchen. You definitely don't want to use polyester stuff for that, because that'll melt and you could burn yourself. So I don't want to give bad information. All right, so there we go. His nose and his little tuchus is all painted up. Now I'm just going to cut out the ears. Where are we? 24 minutes. We might have time to make another. Now I'm just going to, and you can, on the ears, you can do as low maintenance or high maintenance as you want. If you want to do layers and do a little pink inside and cut in, or if you just want to do the one shape, that's fine too. Okay, there we go, right here. So I'm going to do this tan muslin ears, the muslin, that's what I'm going to use for the ears, and I'm just going to, so I don't have to finagle with such a large piece of fabric. I'm just going to cut me off a square and work with that. Okay. Again, it's so much easier if you iron your fabric first, but I did not plan ahead for my day. I flew by the seat of my pants as usual, because that's just who I am as a person mostly. Okay. My plan is just to use the one little piece of muslin as an ear, but we're gonna see how it looks, and we might go ahead and do the layers, do the red with the layers and see, make it a little bit more complicated because we have time. We still have another like 20 minutes. Why not? Let's see here again. Can't think, talk, and cut. Hate to lose a finger this morning. Okay. But I have a feeling, I have a sneaking suspicion that I will be using this pattern quite a bit because this is just all kinds of darling. Oh, look, I don't really have to do two. I do need to trim off this blue though. My blue Sharpie showing. And I'm not too concerned about it being, the ears not being completely symmetrical, because my ears are not symmetrical. I have funny ears. I have like bumps on one and not on the other. I was told as a child that I got one ear from one grandma and one ear from the other grandma. I don't know how true that is. But anyways, my bunny is gonna have one ear from one grandma and one ear from the other grandma. Okay, I got most of that blue off. All right, let me just hot glue that down. I'm gonna do side that's gonna show the least amount. Hot gluing away here. And you could do all kinds of color combinations and themes and things. Look at how cute the bunny is. I do think that the whiskers are a tad long. I'm just going to bring them down a bit. Let's simmer these down just a tiny bit. We don't need them to be extremely long. All right, there we go. That's a little better. Now, in the instructions, she did say to paint the whiskers. Let's paint the whiskers. Okay, let's paint these whiskers up. I'm gonna use a darker gray on the whiskers so they'll be even more visible. Such a fun little spring craft. These are gonna be so stinking cute. You fill a bowl or you just tuck them in a corner and they just, yeah, the gray is a lot more visible than just the fishing line on its own. Here, that way you can see the contrast. Can you see that? I guess it's kind of hard to see in general because they're so thin. But in person, trust me, in person, they're much easier to see with the acrylic paint on. just like mascara, okay? We're just applying bunny mascara this morning. Bunny whisker mascara. Oh my gosh, could you imagine putting eyelashes on the bunny? That would be hilarious. Not really my decorating style, but if you are a person that likes eyelashes on your car or eyelashes on all your stuff, oh my goodness, doing a bunny like this with eyelashes would be hilarious. So adorable. Okay. Now, I'm thinking here, just to give my bunny a little bit of extra stuff, what I could do, let me grab, okay, let me grab some of my stamps. When you're using muslin, you can do stamping, right? So let's see, and a lot of these are just like Dollar Tree stamps. But I really like, I had one that I really liked, but it's missing, of course. It's probably just stuck deep down in there. That's okay. I'm going to use, which one should I use? I think I'll use this one over here. I'm going to do a little stamp on the ears, just on the ears. That's all I really want to give it. Okay. Okay, let's see if my stamp pad will work here. Get some ink on there. It's just a Dollar Tree ink pad. It's not like anything fancy. I usually use it for just like antiquing. Instead of using like antiquing wax, I use this little ink, or like the oxide inks, the fancy inks that a lot of the crafters use. I'm low budget over here. Oh, good morning, Miss Samantha. Good morning, C3 Cottage Crafts. I hope y'all are doing great today. I've been making this little bowl filler bunny. Isn't that adorable? Can you believe that? So I got this template off of Etsy. I didn't know what the template would entail when I got it. And I'm sure if you wanted to freehand this, you could totally do that. But she told, you know, it came with instructions with like the whiskers. I wouldn't have known to use fishing line. So there's that. And I already lost my ears. Oh, there it is. Oh, never mind. So it has the little ears and it has this. And I just hot glued this. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love Dollar Tree too. And I just cut it out, hot glued the pieces together. I painted my little whiskers because this fishing line is clear and it's hard to see on there. So I painted them with the pewter gray apple barrel matte acrylic paint. For the nose and my little cottontail, I used a lighter country gray from Apple Barrel, also matte. And everything is just hot glued. Now you can see some of my hot glue bits on there because it was sticking to me. I was being attacked by hot glue this morning. That's always fun. But I wanted to just kind of let it do its thing because I didn't even use like fabric hot glue. So it wasn't really wanting to work with me. But in the end, we got it down. And then I just filled it with some cotton. I actually reused this cotton. My kids did a scarecrow back in October for 4-H for the fair. And so that's got like little bits of just funk in there because they assembled the scarecrow on the grass at the fairgrounds, and some of the areas they ended up pulling out the cotton and using other things to like stabilize it, and you know, because they created a whole scene, and it was really cool. They created like a rodeo scene. And so we had the scarecrow on like a wooden horse, a wooden stick horse, and like a roping dummy and a barrel with a clown, a rodeo clown on top. That was also like scarecrow, and it was so much fun. Anyways, that's why my cotton is all funky. This long story, not shortened. That's why I've got bits in my cotton. And anyways, so I just stuffed him, cut out my little ears in muslin, and I stamped them with a stamp. I could probably do a little bit more stamping because I like the look. Oh, that was the wrong side. That was the wrong side. Yeah, I like the look of the stamping. I like it when it's kind of more, okay, not more on my fingers. But. Oh gosh. And that's it, my little bunny, my little hippity hop bunny. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for Friday. I just did a bunch. I did 13 table runners using, let me scooch. Using the paper method that I've shown y'all before, doing this. This is my Valentine's Day. This is my Valentine's Day little runner here that I did, and I antiqued and stuff. But now I'm thinking I want to do one that's more springtime, either maybe like a Peter Rabbit or even like a herbal recipe book. I don't know yet. I don't know what I want to do there yet. Maybe just like gardening and herbs. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to think about that. But I'll probably do another live on that when I figure that out, what I'm going to do. I have a few ideas of what I want to do. I just don't know what everybody's going to want to see. Good morning, Miss Tina Marie. How are you? Your granddaughter would love this craft that I did. I made a little bunny bowl fillers. They, the pattern is on Etsy, and I'll post a link in the comments. Once I'm done with this live, I'll post the link to it. And it's just the little body and the little ears, okay? And then the whiskers, you can see the whiskers. They're just fishing line, all right? And I hot glued this. I didn't even sew it. You could sew it if you want to, but I just hot glued it and stuffed it full of my little bits of cotton, and I painted on the tail and the nose, just using acrylic paint, and I did little muslin ears on here and stamped them with my little Dollar Tree stamps. And that's it. It was so easy. I did end up painting the whiskers so that you can see them a little better. And these two are kind of stuck. Okay. And that's it. That's all I did. Oh, I did remember. I wanted to show you guys something. Hopefully everything doesn't fall right now when I take this off. Okay, good. Look at this. One of my sweet friends gave me this yesterday at church. They picked it up at a yard sale. And it's an antique copper kettle. Isn't that so stinking adorable? I love it. I love it so much. She's homesick today. Oh, yes! Do it, Nana. Y'all will have the best time. My hot glue, I just used a regular hot glue and I was able to make it work. It's not a fabric hot glue. And then I just used like the $1.50 fat quarter from Walmart. Because my Walmart, I live in a teeny tiny town, and so they were very limited on what's available. And I just ran to Walmart last night and got a few little things because I didn't really know what I was going to do this morning. So I just kind of grabbed some stuff to try to make my life functional. And I just did, this morning I remembered that I wanted to do the bunny. And so I got the pattern. It's $5 on Etsy. You totally could, if you didn't want to spend the $5, I'm sure you could freehand it and, make a chunkier bunny, a thinner bunny, and just do like different variations of the bunny shape. And do different size ears. You can make them floppier. I might do some, I'm probably, once I end this live, I'm going to do a few more using different fabrics. And I might even put like a little skirt on one or two with some like ribbon or some cheesecloth. I think that would be super fun. So I'm just going to play around with this for a little bit and make a few, and hopefully they'll turn out good. I'm sure they will. It'll be fine. Oh, goodness. But yes, the kettle, the bunnies. So cute. But anyways, I want to know what y'all want. What kind of things y'all want to see? I'm needing some direction. I have a few ideas in my mind. But I'd like to hear from y'all and kind of know what y'all are liking. Oh, huge fabric stash. Yes, good. Good. That's what I need. I was thinking about that. Oh goodness, now everything's gonna fall. I'm gonna have to rebalance everything out here. So everything's falling. It's fine. I need to get myself a fabric stash. I have some little bits of fabric, but I need more. This is how my life goes, okay? My house is not big enough for all of my activities. Sourdough starter, right? You get started with the sourdough. You need all the jars. Don't ever throw another jar away. Like, okay, well, I can use some for crafts, but then I need like all the different paints, and I need all the different clays, and I need all the different stuff. And my husband is just like over there. He's like, well, this is who I married. He married me when I was 18. He knew who I was. He knew who I was. I've always been like this. When you've been married for 21 years, you know each other. You know each other. So, but I just think this is the cutest little craft. And Tracy Campbell from My Sweet Home Living, she recently did these adorable little prairie dresses, and I'm thinking of some ideas for those too. I might go ahead and do some prairie dresses, a little different than what she's got going, but the prairie dress idea I love. Super cute. And the little bunnies. Also want to do another runner for back there. We're just going to revamp this area. Once I get a Wi-Fi extender, I will be moving. It sounds like you. Good. I'm not the only one. I'll be moving locations into my sunroom because that's where I generally keep all of my art supplies. But I like having my cute primitive decor background. So that means I get to redecorate back there also. However, that does mean that during my lives, we will be hearing my roosters crow and my ducks quack and my hens cluck, which I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. I just hope that they're not too loud. So hopefully they won't be too much of a distraction. I have this one white rooster, and I'm gonna have to introduce y'all to him. He is he's a little stinker, okay? He likes to crow all hours of the night, and he likes to wake us up. The coop is just not very far from my bedroom window at all. And the reason they're right there, we used to have them like in a further area of our property, but predators were getting them, and they were under this huge tree, so they weren't getting enough sunlight, and so they weren't laying eggs. And their yard was super small, so they immediately wiped out the grass. They weren't having much luck grazing and things throughout the day. So we moved them into our fenced backyard area, and they are loving it. We are getting like so many eggs, duck eggs, chicken eggs. We got eggs coming out our ears, so I feel like royalty right now just looking at the egg prices in the stores. But now we have this rooster that's crowing all night long right next to my bedroom window. My husband is ready to have chicken soup for dinner. So we have to figure out a situation for that, but he is my center stage chicken, okay? He's super fancy, gorgeous. I don't want to make him into soup. He's absolutely gorgeous, but he is irritating the pickles out of my husband. So I just need to figure out that situation. Anyways, if y'all have any ideas for me, please share. So that's the end of our live today. I'm a couple minutes over. I like to stay around 45 minutes. So anyways, I'm gonna keep working on some things around here, get my canner going with some beans and things that I need to get canned up today, get some gardening things tended to, and I will see y'all on Friday, okay? 9 o'clock Friday is my next live, where we will be doing another fun and fancy craft. And I might do a check-in midweek just to show y'all my rude chicken back there that likes to crow all night. So anyways, thank you again for stopping by. If you're not in Craft Around the Clock, please go and join that group. I also have another group called Homemaking and Motherhood. We're a very small group right now, only about, I don't know, less than 200 mamas in there, or ladies. Not all of them are mamas. Some are just homemakers, and that's great too. So if y'all would like to be part of that group, please go ahead and head over there as well and be part of our community. All right, y'all take care. Thank you for homemaking a homemade home with me today. Bye, y'all.